guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I've been waiting for this because they've been sitting in my little basket on my desk for a while. We are going to look at the Derwent Chromaflow pencils. So these were kind of just tossed out onto the market by Derwent. If you watch a lot of ColorTube, you've probably seen quite a few videos already, including some who are like, what the heck is this? Where'd it come from? Eventually, more information has come out, and we'll get to that in a minute. But I did purchase these a while ago, and I just kind of got crazy with the moving. So I wanted to show them to you guys and do a first impressions. I'm going to swatch them. We're also going to compare them to Prismacolors because we only have 24, so it's not going to be a long video of watching me swatch. But I wanted to give you a first impression from beginning to end and see what you guys think. Also, let me know in the comments below if you already purchased these and if you've tried them. So the Chromaflow, Derwent manufactures in the UK, but they didn't release these in the UK, which created a lot of confusion. And then their amount of information they sent out was pretty bad at first. It still kind of is. It's just a lot of YouTubers and artists have kind of drawn the information out of Derwent and shared it with the coloring community. Thank goodness for that. So yeah, what these are is this is Derwent's answer to a Prismacolor alternative. So for a long time, there's been colored pencils out there where we go, yeah, it's great, but is it a Prismacolor or is it close to Prismacolor? Derwent does have the Color Soft, which was kind of their version, but the Color Soft are still harder and they don't have that same creamy texture of the Prismacolor. You can't just smush them together like a Prisma. So that was their first attempt, I guess, I'll call it. But then they came out with Chromaflow, which are supposed to be very creamy, vibrant colors like Prismacolor. I mean, it takes no effort to get that vibrancy from a Prismacolor. You don't have to layer either. Like the Color Softs are definitely more layering pencil than blending pencil, to me at least. That may not be the case for everyone. Regardless, I wanted to give you guys a first impressions from my end. There's other videos out there. I encourage you to watch them all because everyone is different. Likewise, if I like these, don't assume you will like these. If I hate these, don't assume you will hate them. I tend to try and keep myself neutral, but I will let you know if I don't like them or I do like them. But don't make that your defining moment. You kind of have to research and decide for yourself. So, with all of that said, let's look at them. You only can get a 12 and a 24 count. Me being me, I bought the biggest tin possible, which is the 24 count. So these, I didn't even notice till they popped up on Amazon one day, but I was like, ooh. So like all Derwent products, they come in the metal tin, the lid pops off, everything is plastic wrapped. So let me get an X-Acto blade and we will get that plastic off there. Maybe. It's really hard to do with nails. Alright, and let me get that off. Okay. So I think there's 2 trays in here. Oh, these are really awkward to get in there. Part of it is my nails. Okay, so yeah, we have 2 trays. Sorry if you can hear my dog shaking off her color. So right off the bat, these are thin. These are pretty thin and light. So yeah, I can totally tell just from the barrel size. This is a much smaller barrel. However, I will look it up when we go to swatch and tell you what I think of the core, because while the barrel is really thin feeling, the core, come on camera, the core seems to be in line with the average. Let me see if I have Prismacolor nearby. Yeah, I mean, they're almost the same diameter as a Prismacolor. So, but these are way thinner than your average Derwent pencil. So I'll grab a couple Derwent pencils and show you what I mean, because Derwent tend to make chunkier pencils. They do still have the signature dipped end though, which is always nice. And it looks like you have some yellows, maybe kind of a brownish yellow, reds, pinks, purples. We got some blues, greens, browns, 2 whites. Oh, it's a gray. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to sharpen these off camera. I don't want to make you guys listen to that. And then what we'll do is we will swatch them together on camera. Okay, so I have sharpened them, but before I swatch, what I did was I grabbed my Color Soft from Derwent, and I just want to show you how thin these new ones are compared to the traditional barrel of a Derwent pencil. So I'm not sure, mine are all dusty because my doll needs to be cleaned out. Not sure if you can tell, but the Derwent Color Soft and all other Derwent pencils are a lot thicker of a barrel. They're a lot chunkier. I'm not sure if the camera's gonna pick it up, but these are way thinner in diameter than this Color Soft here. So they are definitely smaller, but the core is not as small as you would think. It's just less wood. That said, looking from here, I would say the Color Soft still has a thicker core as well. So I'm not sure if they did that intentionally. Maybe they were trying to mimic the core size of a Prismacolor, you know, since this is their new Prismacolor replacement attempt. Not totally sure there. But what we're going to do now is swatch these 24 and see if they are as creamy and buttery and as smush-worthy as Prismacolors. Okay, let's swatch some of these colors. So I am going to start just going in order. I've already labeled it. I didn't bother putting the number in this column here because like most Derwent pencils, these just go in order 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is it even focusing? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of their bigger sets skip by 100s, but that's a whole other thing. I'm not going to fill in this huge box either, unless you want to watch me swatch for several hours. So what I'm going to do while I'm swatching is I'm going to treat this like a Prismacolor. So I would press hard and then go, you know, lighten my pressure as I go. I'm testing to see if this nice sharpened point snaps, but also if they're creamy and as awesome as a Prismacolor when I go to swatch it. So let me make sure my hand isn't the focus of the camera today. So I'm pressing hard. They do have a pretty sturdy lead. And I'm gonna lighten up. Not bad. Not bad at all, actually. All right. That was actually impressive. I'm not going to, or I'm sorry, I should reserve judgment though, because as with any brand, yellows, oranges, and whatnot tend to be a little creamier. It's when you get into those blues and greens, you start to notice the biggest difference. All right, so amber gold. Again, oh, that one broke, see. I'm not holding that against them though. Prismacolors break on me all the time, so that's not a bad thing. Prismacolor is very delicate, does not like a lot of heavy pressure, but it can still take a lot of heavy pressure. I'll grab my brush. It's more of an orangey. All right, next is Golden Sun. Again, I am pressing hard and then lightening my pressure. Go over that one again. I got kind of lazy. I'm not really trying to make these all uniform. It's such a big box. I am just using my usual swatch chart from Mystic Sparkle Wings. You can find all of her stuff on DeviantArt. All right, Flame. Very bright orange. I mean, so far these are definitely better than the Color Soft. All right, Scarlet. And the only reason I say that is Color Soft were really dusty, harder, which was fine. I mean, they held their point, but they just didn't feel like a Prismacolor. Now I'm going to tell you, just from my type of coloring standpoint, these still don't feel like a Prismacolor, but they are a heck of a lot closer than the Color Soft was. Strawberry. I can feel how smooth they are on the paper. I can press hard. I'm getting the same kind of dust that I do from my heavy-handedness with a Prismacolor. Now I hope they're not just going to tease us and only do this 24 and then be like, just kidding guys, and then back out. They've been so weird about the whole release of these that who knows. Okay, Salmon. If you're wondering why I'm trying to keep my hand off to this end of the camera, it's so that you guys don't deal with the dreaded autofocus that plagues me. If anyone who records with their camera on a, I should be more specific, a Samsung Galaxy Plus, I think I have the 10 Plus. Let me know how you get your pro camera to quit focusing on your hand. I've tried everything. I thought I solved it and it came back. All right, Blush Pink. Now, initially in this, I was going to compare them to my Prismacolors, but what I want to do, I think, is reserve that because I want to color with these. First of all, I want to color some pictures and then do a big comparison video instead of putting them all together at once. I want to spend like a week or two with these. Have some, you know, quality alone time with my Chromaflow. All right, Magenta. So yeah, we'll swatch them. I'll give you some of my first impressions, and then in about a week from now, I'll try and do like more of a full review, and I will match them up with some Prismacolor colors. See, now we're getting to the more pigmented, darker colors where you can tell they're getting a little scratchier. And also with a Prismacolor, I wouldn't need this much effort to cover the paper. Lilac. But that is because Prismacolors are just so soft and creamy. Now, that can be a bad thing too because you're constantly sharpening Prismacolors. I mean, I blow through a set of Prismacolors so quick because they wear down. Like if I was doing this pressure with a Prismacolor, I would need to sharpen. With this Chromaflow, see, it's still sharp. So I'm not really considering that as a negative. Oh, I need violet. Because yeah, I mean with my Prismacolors, I probably would have broken a tip pressing as hard as I am, but I definitely would have been sharpening by now because they just are so soft that if you are heavy-handed, they just crumble and wear down oh so quickly. It's not too bad. All right, so denim. do notice, I don't know if you guys can see this. Come on, camera, focus. See how the wood there is coming up a little and it's breaking away from the lead? I mean, I get that with Prismacolors, so it's not like it doesn't happen, but just a little thing to note. It's funny, the other day I was watching this video and someone said Prismacolors are no longer considered artist grade. I was like, wait, come on. I mean, I know they've had their issues, but I still would consider them an artist grade, and by no means a budget grade pencil. I mean, we have so many budget brands out there right now that it's really hard for me to call Prismacolor a budget brand, especially with the choices now. Okay, Raisin. I'm gonna be a little out of order. I'm not gonna lie, I dropped my tins the other day when I was setting up my new recording arm. And hey, none of them broke, so kudos to them. So this brown is a little harder. Still requires a lot of pressure, more pressure than I would have to with a Prismacolor. Burnt sienna. So that's definitely something to note. I do hope they like come out with a 4872 something. I mean, if they really want to be the competitor of Prismacolor though, they need to come out with a bigger set. They don't need to do the full 150 because the 150 has neons and metallics from Prismacolor. Like a 120 or something. Turquoise green. Yeah, I would like to see if they end up continuing these or if this is just going to be like a 24-pack teaser and then that's it. They're definitely soft. Grass green. You can hear how heavy I'm pressing. That's because I really want to test these out like I would with a Prisma. I mean, do I go this heavy when I'm using my Prisma? No, but I'm just checking it out. Foliage. Kind of curious if these colors, I mean, because they have foliage, basil, grass green, and all that in their other sets. I'm kind of curious if the color itself is similar to the same name in the other Derwent sets, you know, like if they kept the colors the same, but they just changed up the formula of wax and stuff. Because like foliage in the Derwent Light Fast is one of my absolute favorite colors. Love it. It's like a perfect green for everything. All right, basil. Ooh, that is green. Oops, see, this one's getting kind of scratchy. Now, again, Prismacolor has plenty of scratchy ones, like Indanthrone Blue. I can never say it right. That one is always scratchy, no matter how many times I replace it with different open stock ones. The Dioxine Purple Hue one, that's always scratchy. So just because they're scratchy doesn't mean they couldn't replace a Prismacolor. Prisma 2 has their scratchies. So it's not like something you wouldn't get. I mean, I get scratchy ones from Luminance, so oh gosh, the other day I was getting so annoyed at one of my Luminance pencil colors, and now I can't remember which one it is, but it was really scratchy. Like something went wrong on that production line. I just kept sharpening and turning, and yeah, nothing was fixing that one. little bit darker here. Yeah, I can press really hard with these. I'm pressing like super hard and that is not snapping. My Prismacolor would have went by now. These are very light. I would say lighter weight than a Prismacolor. I'm getting sloppy. So yeah, definitely lighter weight than a Prismacolor. Like I said, they are thinner than the average Derwent barrel, and their cores are thinner than the average Derwent. At least the color's soft. Okay, gray. It's platinum. The one reason I'm kind of worried they're not coming out with any more is the numbering system. So like when Derwent came out with like their other ones, Colorsoft, Pro Color, all those others, you could see where they skipped numbers in the line. So you're like, okay, they definitely have more planned. These are literally going in number order. So like this is 22 here. Come on, camera. This is 22. So that does worry me that they may not be coming out with others. Or if they do, they're going to have to, they could always, well, no, I don't know how they would do it, but they would either have to change up their numbering system or this is just white. You can't see it, but I'm just testing out how soft it is. I'll definitely test it over some colors and compare it to a Prisma white. Natural brown. Now it sucks when you only get 24 colors to play with, because then you're like, well, what do I do? So I'm going to find like a small little picture, maybe in one of my new books. I don't know. All right, and black. Yeah, I think I definitely, because initially when I started this recording, I was going to do everything at once. But I really want to play with these for a little bit. I want to color in a book with them. Maybe even do like half a page in Prismacolors of the same color, or as close as I can match at least. And then the other half in these ones, and really compare the vibrancy and blending and just all that stuff. All right, so let's get guys up a little. So sorry for the awkward angle. I'm trying out a new recording arm. Okay, so I think we can see them all there. So, excuse me. Color-wise, I'm loving that pink, gorgeous pink. These purples, I mean, I can make a pretty good gradient with those, and even that salmon. The blues, all right. The greens we can work with. The browns, not too shabby. We have one gray, so that kind of sucks. These two are really close to one another. I don't know if it shows as well on camera, but I mean, this is just a teensy darker than that one. So honestly, they should have axed one of these and did a different, like, I mean, we got our red. They could have done something else here. The orange is great. I love that they've got this one here. So yeah, I can totally work with these. I just, those are awfully close. I'm not really impressed with how that went out, because this is kind of a trial run for them. So you would think they would want to give their best foot forward and not give you two colors that are so close together that it's like, why is that there? So that's one critique I have. I do worry at how thin these are, but I do love how lightweight they are. I do love the amount of pressure that I can put on these tips. I mean, they're still sharp. My Prismacolor would be all the way down there by now. So these can take a heavy hand, and they're still soft. I mean, I had a little scratchy here and there, but like I said, Prismacolor does that too. So that is by no means an indicator of anything. But I mean, yeah, I am going to take a week or so, play around with these. I really want to get a feel for these pencils in a book. And like I said, I'll find comparable Prismacolor colors. And let's see what we can find and compare with those. Let me know if you ended up grabbing these Chromaflows. I really do hope they plan to make more. This 24 count set is... Honestly, I wish they would have come out with a 48 or a 72. Like, if you really want to be a Prismacolor replacement, I just wish they would have just jumped the gun and, you know, taken the risk. I mean, it's Derwent. You guys got the money. We know you do. I know how much you pay for your pencils. I kind of wish they would have just jumped it and, like, done a 48 or a 72 instead of a 24 count with two reds that are practically the same. That said, I'm still going to test them out. But yeah, we'll find comparables. I'll color around with them this week. And I'll get back to you guys very soon. You know, I got a lot of things in the works and all that, so I don't want to promise a date. If you do have the Chromaflow, let me know your thoughts. If you think the same thing about the color selection, how you think they feel. If you've colored with them, let me know if you think they work for you and your coloring style similar to Prismacolor. I always have to say for you because we're all so different. What works for me doesn't necessarily work for everyone. So thank you guys so much for watching this little quick introductory thing to our Chromaflows. Hopefully I can update you very soon with a picture and a review. But until next time, take care.